The corn spirit was so thrilled to be one of the sustainers of life that she asked the Great Spirit if there was anything more that she could do for her people. The Great Spirit told her that a doll could be formed from her husk. So she made the doll from her husk and gave the doll a beautiful face. Then the doll went from village to village and played with the children. Everywhere she went, everyone kept telling her how beautiful she was. So it wasn't long before she became conceited. The Great Spirit called to her, but before she went into the Great Spirit's lodge, she looked into a pool of water to admire herself. The Great Spirit talked to her and told her that if she kept thinking that she was better than everyone else, a terrible punishment would come upon her, but he wouldn't tell her what it would be. So again, the doll went from village to village, playing with the children, and again, everyone kept telling her how beautiful she was. It wasn't long before she became conceited again. The Great Spirit called her, and once again she looked into the pool of water to admire herself before going into the lodge. Upon entering, the Great Spirit said to her, "I have given you one warning. Now a great punishment will come upon you." When she left the lodge, she again looked into the pool of water to admire herself. But this time she didn't have a face. The Great Spirit had taken it away. Since that time, the Iroquois people do not put a face on their Cornhusk dolls. This is to remind people never to think that they are better than anyone else. But to first understand the origin of the Cornhusk doll, we must go back to the origin of corn. Corn as we know it today would not exist if it weren't for the humans that cultivated and developed it. It is a human invention, a plant that does not exist naturally in the wild. It can only survive if planted and protected by humans. Scientists believe people living in central Mexico developed corn at least 7,000 years ago. The kernels were small and were not placed close together like kernels on the husked ear of modern corn. Also known as maize, the indigenous people throughout North and South America eventually depended upon this crop for much of their food. From Mexico, maize spread north into the southwestern United States and south down the coast to Peru. About 1,000 years ago, as indigenous people migrated north to the eastern woodlands of present-day North America, they brought corn with them. When Europeans like Columbus made contact with people living in North and South America, corn was a major part of the diet of most of the people there. When Columbus, quote, discovered America, he also discovered corn. The first Thanksgiving was held in 1621. While sweet potatoes, cranberry sauce, and pumpkin pie were not on the menu, corn certainly would have been. It's important to understand that without the hard work of those that domesticated corn in this country and the gift of it to the settlers that came over, I wouldn't be where I am today, and for that I am truly thankful.